What's going on, everybody? Check out this clip from the Pre-Patch Podcast. Well, let's talk about another superhero game that just released an update. I have dabbled with it. I cannot speak, openly about it too much, but I have gotten into a little bit of a couple things. So one, what we're talking about is Kill the Justice League just launched their season 1, right? So you get the basically their I don't know, it's their new season, right? Their live service new season that they're doing, and it includes the Joker. The way that they're doing this is essentially
Joker.
Yeah, it is a Joker, but they are, and I'm going to touch on that, trust me. But they are using basically the other, what are they called? Not other world. Fuck. There's a name that they use for them, but essentially it's other worlds, right? Like it's their multiverse versions of these characters, right? And so that's how they're kind of using this. And Brainiac is like, bringing these people into the current world, and you're having to go to the other world. So first and foremost,
parallels,
like the voice actors for the other game, for like the other characters, been spot on, been really great, been just like choice, right? This fucking voice actor for fucking Joker is shit. Like is fucking
really.
It's fucking bad. It is bad.
You think it's bad? I didn't think it was that bad.
I would rather listen to Jared Leto.
It's not true to the character, or is it?
Yeah, it's not true to like the old Joker, but I didn't think he did a terrible job with it.
I can't stand him. Like you have like old school Harley Quinn. Why would you not bring like
they definitely leaned very heavily into like a new way.
Yeah, I get it. I know. I mean, but something, I don't know, man. Like it's very off-putting.
If anything, my biggest complaint with him is that they lean too heavily into the Jared Leto Joker with his appearance. I fucking can't stand that shit. Like exactly like you said, if you're gonna go down the old school like Harley, punky, go down the old school Joker. Like
yeah. I don't know. It's really fucking weird. It's also like, you see him like lose a leg. You see him like here. He's also like you also see him like not give a shit about himself, like in the sense of like, I'll blow myself up. That's never been like the Joker, realistically. Like he has been sadistic in that nature, but it's also kind of like meticulous. You also have this aspect too where like all of a sudden he strips his clothes off and he's fucking running around buck ass naked. It's fucking weird.
I didn't understand that.
Like it, and then you get into the aspect of the game, and I've played a little bit of it, but like you go into season 1 and they drop you in and basically are like, hey, you should finish the story of the game before you jump into this season, but you can just jump into it. But they're like, oh, now you're, they really just, they don't even kind of like give you this narrative of like, hey, it's just like,
they just pop him in there.
Yeah. It's like, oh, hey, Brainiac's now like, you're now in this other else world. And so it's where, Joker's taking over Gotham City. And you're kind of like, what? Like, it's just odd.
Yeah, it's very jarring.
It's weird. I've not had a chance to play as Joker. I am going to spend some time with it so I can play as Joker.
I have looked at some videos, like some gameplay of him, and like honestly, gameplay wise and like movement wise, I think that he looks the best out of all of them so far. Yeah. Like I know that you like Captain
better than Boomerang,
whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
I know that you enjoyed that.
The main group.
Yeah, I know that you enjoyed that, and I know you said he looked polished, but like Joker does look extremely polished, like when he's moving around, and the fact that like I watched a development like video of like how the idea behind how they wanted to make Joker and how they wanted to make him like play, and they were saying that basically the way that they wanted Joker specifically to be was to be like you're constantly in combat, and that's how you continuously like that's just his play style. Is he's a very aggressive play style. You're constantly moving, you're constantly in combat, right? And
so how does he get around? Like
he uses a magic fucking umbrella, like Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins?
Yeah,
weird.
Is that ever been a thing?
But he floats around, he pogo sticks up in the air.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He kind of like it's more of like goofy. A surfing.
Yeah, it's very like The Mask, Jim Carrey.
It's more of like a surfing almost. Like he uses the why am I blanking on this? He uses the weapon as like more of like a floating and surfing type of weapon, and then he has some weapons or some moves that he uses that are like giant AoEs, and they use like bombs, or he's throwing like grenades down. It's a very strange one, but it does look smooth. I mean, like that's one thing that I will give him.
Here's what I'll say. Like, I think Bill said it. Like, somebody posted that this was out in our Discord podcast discussion, and Bill was like, "Looks like Sin's already jumping in." What here's what I'll say about the game, and I know that everybody gives it flack for being live service, and I get it, right? Because it does feel somewhat ham-fisted. But man, even just jumping back into it, like, it was just so fun to like really get in there and just beat the shit out of some people and like play around with it and like be Captain Boomerang again and whatever. Like it felt like one of those games where it's like, cool, I'm gonna jump back in now that there's DLC, have some good times with it, and then jump back out. So I wish
have a player spike.
Yeah, I wish people would stop giving it so much shit. Like, I understand why they give it shit for like the whole live service, kind of aspect. If they can kind of do it like the way that Pal World does, is like, hey, go play other games, come back whenever the thing is we've got new stuff, great. But I don't know if they'll do that. But it does, like, the game does feel good. Like, it is a fun game to play.
Do we know? Do you have to pay for Joker? Like, oh, wow, okay.
What is it? You said $10?
$10 for Joker.
Do you? You can't just, he's not just a playable character. I mean, I don't know.
I think you can unlock him in game, but I think if you want him immediately, he's $10.
Oh, okay. No. Right.
Okay.
So that's the same way Siege and some of that stuff does.
That's live service model.
Yeah.
We went from 300 players to 3,000 players, so they 100 or 10x their player base.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So $9.99 or 1,000 Luther coins.
I'm honestly surprised it's still 300.
Yeah.
Just at this point of the game, like, games tend to die pretty quick like this.
But that's the same price as the Battle Pass. So if you buy the Battle Pass, do you get Joker? Is that what they're saying, or is this a?
That's usually
I don't know if they're
works,
connected or not.
I recommend saving money for the Battle Pass because there's a free in-game way to unlock Joker.
Oh, that doesn't sound like that's from the Battle Pass, though.
No, it seems like the $10 for Joker is just convenience fee.
I don't think. Here's the sad thing: is, honest to God, I think we get maybe 2 more seasons, and then we're done. This game will not.
I've said that. I said that when we first reviewed it. I said that it would probably only do like maybe at most 4 seasons, 5 seasons at tops. Yeah.
Like they really needed to hit it out of the park with this first and maybe second season if they get that.
How many players did you say they had? 3,000?
3,000 now.
Yeah.
From 300 to 3,000.
That's still rough, man.
That's Steam alone, but that's still a pretty paltry player base, unfortunately.
Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the patch notes. And if you want to join us live, we stream every single Thursday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube as well as on Twitch. Also, if you miss a show, you can always catch us at anchor.fm/prepatch podcast or wherever you listen to your podcast. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the show.